realized that, oh, there's something else to aspire to called the 6 majors. And the 6 major marathons, you run the 6 major marathons. I can tell you what they are now. So it's Tokyo, London, Boston. Then you've got Berlin, Chicago, and New York.
Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today in the studio, I actually have a trailblazer. So, you're laughing, but you she's a powerhouse. Wait till you hear what she does. So,
hello guys, my name is Titi Windako. I'm a teacher, I'm a mother, I'm a business entrepreneur, and most specifically the reason why I'm here is because I run marathons.
Exactly, so I was going to say, if she doesn't tell us, I'm going to tell you. Yeah, the reason why I've invited her to my channel, obviously, is because she runs marathons, not just here in the UK, but all over the world, yes. And she's our age, that's 21 plus a bit of change. Right? She's over 50 as well, so come on, if you're over 50 and you haven't run a marathon yet, what have you been doing? Well, I haven't run one yet, but I might be inspired to run one. So, thank you, and yeah, it's nice to have you on my channel.
Thank you for having me.
You're welcome. So, what inspired you to start these marathons?
Okay, so many moons ago when I was in my 20s, I used to live in Deptford, and I used to notice that once a year, I see these loads of people run past, and I didn't know about the London Marathon then. I was so naive, and I thought, oh, that's interesting. But obviously, as I grew older, I picked up running. I used to run when I was younger, but I used to be mainly sprinting, just 100 meters, 200 meters.
Okay.
Got to a stage now where I just thought, oh, I wanted to be running. And I used to be a fair weather runner. So what that means basically is I run in the summer, and in the winter, I don't do anything at all. I just run just around the block. And I just started taking my running more seriously. And London Marathon has been one thing I've always aspired to do. So I got my first opportunity in 2018.
You're going too fast for us. So people will be wondering, yeah, you saw people running by. I see people running by all the time. I'm not inspired to enter the marathon. So tell us, what kind of training? How long did it take? Yeah, exactly, we want to know.
Okay. Training for a marathon is not easy. Not easy at all, and that's the truth. And that is not to discourage anybody, but everything in life worth doing is you have to put in time and effort. To train for a marathon, typically, if you're actually active, you need about 4 months. If you're active, you go to the gym or you run a bit, you need about 4 months. You can get a training plan, but you need about 4 months to train for a marathon, and that's just to start and finish. Yeah, you need
start to finish, not even
start to finish.
Not first 10.
No, that's
just participation.
Just to participate and finish well. At least be standing, you need a good 4 months. You need longer, obviously, if you've not been training at all, or you just started. You need longer. You need at least a couple of months to be fit, and then started training.
So your first marathon then, so how long did it take you?
My first marathon took me 5 hours and 19 minutes.
Wow. And how long did it take you to prepare for that?
4 months.
Wow, 4 months. So what's that like? Is that morning, afternoon, going to the gym, running? Is it just running, or you have to do more things?
It was mainly running. Although as a runner you need to do other things. It was mainly running. So I got the opportunity very, very early January, and the marathon was in April. So I just literally got home, just downloaded a training plan, and I realized I was in week 2. So I just followed through, which is basically running 3 to 4 times a week. And my goal was to just finish and be standing. So I was just doing the running bit. I wasn't doing the cross training. I didn't know as much as I do know now. So that was my first marathon in 2018.
Oh, I was going to ask you that. So 2018 was the first time. Wow, that's amazing. And now 6 years in.
Well, yes, and then obviously we've had COVID in between as well. Yeah. So yes, my first marathon was in 2018, but I've run.
So the first one was 5 hours and
19 minutes.
And is that long?
That's long.
Decent.
It's decent. The most important thing, to be quite honest, is for you to start and to complete it. Yeah. You'll get your medal, you'll get your t-shirt, you get your banana at the end.
So there's no money.
Well, that would be for professional runners who run into that is the day job.
Do you all start at the same time, or do they start before you? So for the masses.
Well, we don't start at the same time because obviously you're talking about a race where you have potentially 40,000 people. You cannot start at the same time. But no matter what, there's always a way to monitor your time, individual time, because you have a chip, so when you start, you go through the races, when your start time would actually be personalized. So usually what you'd have is the professional runners. They start first. Obviously that's the ones you see on telly. Yeah, that's where they focus. Those are the ones who run it for money. Yeah. They start first. Then you then have waves.
Okay.
So they start in batches. So that way, obviously, otherwise 40,000 people.
And I just because you look at it on TV and wonder how. Yeah. So you have to track your own race.
They have a way of tracking it. So there's a course, you run through a course, and they're mats. So the start point is a mat. As soon as you step on that mat, that records when you started. And there's a beep. You have a beep. Yeah, definitely. There's a beep. You have a beep, and your beep will have or you have something that's stuck to your shoe, and that's personalized to you. And when you start, that's your start time. So somebody may have started an hour later, and they run faster than you because it's from when you start and when you finish. That's the way. That's the way it is.
Thank you for enlightening us. So I wanted to ask you. So you've done London, and then obviously you've gone around the world. So what inspired you? And which was the next one after London that you went to?
Okay, so 2018 I ran London, and then 2019 I ran London and Amsterdam.
Wow!
I just wanted to. I think I just got the running bug.
Got the bug.
Well, to be quite honest, the first one I ran, like you rightfully said, I was in my 50s when I started.
Wow!
So I wanted to prove to myself if I put my mind to something, I can really accomplish it. And I wanted to run more, and then I realized that there's something else to aspire to, called the 6 majors. And the 6 major marathons, you run the 6 major marathons. I can tell you what they are now. So it's Tokyo, London, Boston. Then you've got Berlin, Chicago, and New York. If you run those 6 marathons, they're called the 6 majors. You get a medal. Wow. And so I thought, that would be my next goal. Cool. I've run London a couple of times. More than a couple of times now. So I just started running.
Amsterdam.
Yes, I ran Amsterdam, but I want to focus on those 6. And bearing in mind, to get a place for each of these marathons is not easy.
Really?
It's absolutely competitive.
Wow.
Fiercely competitive. So it's not, you just enter, you get a place. You could be entering for years. And I mean, London Marathon, people have been entering for London Marathon for years, even some decades, and they've not got a place.
What? I thought it was easy. All you needed was interest.
No.
Or passion. No, it's more than that.
No, there are a lot of people.
Is it a fitness test, or what do you have to do to get in?
No, it's just more or less a case of demand and supply.
Wow. Is there a lottery or what?
Yeah, there's a lottery. Oh, definitely. It's a lottery. It's called a lottery. It's actually called a
lottery.
It's actually called a lottery. It's actually called a lottery. Yes.
Okay.
So for the 6 majors as well, it's the same thing. For most of the major ones, they are lottery based.
So you've done London, you've done Amsterdam.
I've done London, Amsterdam. I've done Chicago, New York, Berlin twice. Wow. And I've done 4 of the majors anyway. I've got my 5th one, so let me tell
Which
you.
one is your 5th one?
5th one, which is in exactly 2 months today, is Boston.
Oh, Boston.
And then after that, I'll have Tokyo.
And then complete. That's So do you do 2 marathons in a year? What kind of trip?
I don't plan to do 2 marathons. Okay, so in 2018 I did 1, 2019 I did 2. 2020 we had COVID, and 2020 was interesting because I entered for Chicago and got a place. And because of COVID, everything was pushed back. 2021 I didn't run any marathon. I took that time out. It was just clashes with holidays and so on. 2022 was very interesting. I ran 3 marathons back to back, and I ran them back to back in 2 weeks.
2 weeks?
In 2 weeks. I didn't plan it that way. So London Marathon is usually in April, but because of COVID,
because you need medals from the community, people over 50, women. You represent a lot. 3 in 1 year.
Yeah, well, that's just happened.
In 2 weeks, actually, not even a year.
Yeah,
wow,
I did that 2 weeks. So I did London first because London was moved to October temporarily because of COVID. I did London, then came back. No, actually, no. I started with Berlin, which was end of September. I think 29th of September. Came home, did London, then went to Chicago, ran Chicago. Wow. So 3 weekends, but it was a 2-week period. That was tough. This year is interesting, so obviously we'll get to that in a
minute. Yeah. Wow, that's interesting. Yeah. So when you do these marathons, you have a team with you?
Usually it's good to run with running buddies. So I have a group of friends that we ran Berlin together.
Okay.
New York, I know another friend who ran it. It's always good.
It's
always good. Everything, accountability, community, is always good. Support. So there's always running buddies. You can always find somebody or know of somebody who knows of somebody. So you just team up with them and just make it fun. It's always good to run it with somebody.
Oh, great. Yeah. I thought you might have something like a fitness coach, a chef, and all of that.
I'm my own chef.
And even maybe somebody to hold the camera and take you around.
No,
it would be nice if you did that. Do you document?
I do, yes, of course. When I run, my Instagram page. When I finish running, when I'm running, sometimes I take pictures. I take pictures after, before. During the race, it's a bit tough, to be honest. At the start, you're still all charged up. During the race, you probably just want to smile at cameras. I just want to finish. But definitely. So I mean, my Instagram page, I write about my, I things as I go along. I've got too many on my phone. But yes, it's always good to sort of just look back and think, wow, I actually did that.
Oh wow, it's nice. Yes. So, do you have a book?
On my running? Not yet.
Come on, you're wasting time. You start in 20. We need a book. We need to see what inspires you, your routine, eating, running, the motivation and the mindset. Because you must have a,
it's a continuous journey. Yeah. It's not everyone will say that, no matter what. Okay, so for example, I'm training for Boston, which is in 2 months' time. Yeah. And every day I still have to say to myself, I've done it before, not just once, I can do it again. But most importantly is consistently and just being consistent and showing up. Yes. That's the thing. So for example, yesterday was raining, I had to run. Tuesday was raining, I had to run. Yeah. So
no excuses.
I don't feel like doing it a lot of times, to be honest, but I just get out the door. Once I get out the door, that's it. Yeah. I just continue to show up, and I'm sure that is the same with most things in life. You just have to keep on showing up, whether you feel like it or you don't feel like it. So you just have to override your feelings and just show up.
It's not even about motivation anymore. No. It just becomes a habit. Because Muhammad Ali, I don't know if you remember, he once said that he hated every day of training, but he knew how to do it.
Yes, so that's exactly how I feel. Yeah. I enjoy running, and sometimes it's really painful to run. So the last 2 runs, I wasn't happy. I was like, but I just showed up, and I just thought, I've started, I'm just going to have to finish. So it's, like you rightfully said, it's not about motivation. It's not about your feelings. It's just leaving the emotions behind and just consistently just say, okay, for example, it's a Tuesday, I have to run, and then just run. Wednesday, I have to run, and just don't run. I just run, and that's the way to really approach it. Then it becomes a habit. Yeah, because if you're waiting around for motivation, it will never come. No. You'll be there forever. No. Because I write as well, and sometimes sitting and think, I'm waiting for motivation. It doesn't. You just have to get on and do it. Yeah. So we wanted to take a look at some of your medals. Come on, if you guys are still watching, you know what to do. It's unfair for you to come to my channel, watch these videos, take a lot out of them and not click the like button. Come on some of the videos I've got over 600 views and 40 likes. What's happening? That doesn't translate, does it? So come on, please like the video, share it, and even comment. Listen, all you need to do is a heart comment. It's all free. It doesn't cost to subscribe. So I brought my marathon medals. Obviously, I run half marathons as well, 10Ks as well. Wow. I didn't bring those because yesterday I ran 10K. Really? 10K. That's my training. That 10K Tuesday I ran 10K. I was thinking, but I do enjoy running with friends. So we have one coming up actually in about a week and a bit. So of course you go there, you run. But I brought my medals. Yes. So and why are you showing us that? Because you're over 50. Come on, at 50, the knees have gone. We're not quite. My knees have not gone anywhere. Excuse me. My knees have not gone anywhere. They're still here standing. So how do you keep, the knees from the pain of running and all the other niggly bits you might? Okay, fair enough. I mean, so running, with running, the best thing to do with running is obviously do strength training and stretching as well. So strength training, obviously, do squats. So I go to the gym now. I've started doing that since September now. I go to the gym, I do body pump, where you have to, weight bearing, exercises. Yes. And that really is not got anything to do with running. The older we get, you have to do that anyway. So whether you're a runner or not, you need to do that. Just squats. I just do all those, but you have to do it with weights. You can just do it with your body weights. So that's important. So I do that, and I try to also do some stretches. Yes. So I don't like them though, to be honest, but I try. And the way I get myself into it, like you and I were talking about earlier, is I register for classes in the gym. So for something like that, with running, I can get out and do it. Yes. But body pump and I just make sure I go to the gym once or twice a week, and I've got an instructor in front of me saying, I just follow the class. That's that. The same thing with the stretching as well. So that helps with recovery. Sleep also helps with recovery, and then obviously eating. I'm still working on this. I'm working on the eating,
Your diet,
the
yes.
diet. I'm working on that, and I think I've made progress this year. But sleep as well helps with recovery.
Is that longer sleeping hours?
Yeah, no, I'm not there. Yes,
I find it difficult to sleep these
Me
days,
too.
man.
Me
Just waking
too.
up in the middle of the night, 4 o'clock, 3 o'clock.
Me too, but I'm
I don't know
working
if
on
it's
that.
an age thing. Or
It could be menopause.
well, it's a reality.
It could be menopause.
Reality,
Yes,
yeah.
I'm having
And age, maybe.
Yeah,
Because I think older people don't sleep as much as the younger ones.
I
Because
don't-
my son can sleep from England.
I don't know about that, but I know that obviously menopause is one of the things. I know that for now I'm still trying to get into that routine of sleeping longer hours. So, but I will get there.
Okay.
And just take it one day at a time. So, okay, these are the 2 Berlin Berlin medals that I got.
So there,
That
yeah.
that was 2022. This one,
This
and that's
23.
2023. Yeah,
Wow, so
2023.
updated and so heavy.
Yes,
you know.
yes.
These will be worth quite a bit. Like, try to sell them.
This is
Once you've written your
Chicago.
book, yeah.
This is Chicago,
Yeah.
and
And we'll put them in the footage. Yeah,
okay,
wow.
this
Where's the New York one?
The New York one. Oh, the New York one. You see, it's in my special.
Oh, I knew.
Because that's the latest one. Oh, my New York. This is my
Oh, wow.
New York bling.
That
This is my New York
That
bling.
looks amazing, man. This
Yeah,
New York one. Wow.
Yeah, that's my New York
That
one.
looks amazing, man.
London, I've got this one. 2018
Wow, this
was
one
the
looks
first
nice,
one.
man. I
That's
like.
my.
And they put
Yes.
the Statue of Liberty.
Yeah.
That's amazing. I knew New York had to stand
Yeah,
out.
2018, 2019.
Wow.
2020, obviously, we did it virtually. So
What? You did it virtually?
Virtually, yeah, because obviously we were all in lockdown.
So how did you run a marathon
virtual-
virtual? That's interesting.
They actually do it every year now. A virtual marathon or a virtual race is the one you just pick, you decide where you're going to run it. So you decide where you run it. But the question you
track
may
it.
ask is, I knew that was going to be the next
Yeah.
question. So the next question is, how do you track it? We've got apps, you can do it on your watch. So for those who have like watches that monitor that you can do that. Obviously that would monitor the date, how long you ran for, and so on. So that's how you can track it. But virtual races are very common now.
Wow, I didn't know that.
Okay,
So people will be wondering, listen, I've been thinking about that. I'm inspired by Titi's story. If they wanted to start a marathon, what would you ask them to do first? And
Well,
what kind of skills? Yeah.
well, the first thing I would say is obviously the marathon will be the end goal. Start small
Yes.
and stay consistent. So start by just running. Run, walk. If you've never run before, if you go out and run, honestly, the following day you won't be able to get up. That's the truth. But just go for walks. So just go for walks, and then you start to incorporate a bit of 30 seconds run, then you walk a minute, then do that for a while, and then start with about 5K, which is about 3 miles, and then increase that to 5 miles, and then just gradually do that, and then you find that before you know it, you can run continuously without stopping, and then you then gather more strength. You then recover.
I'm thinking about the knees though, because
What
I jump
knees?
sometimes. I know people will be wondering, what's you going on about? Yeah, because I jump sometimes. I used to do insanity.
Oh, I've done insanity before.
Yeah, and that almost killed my knees, So I'm worried about jumping like that. And
I've done insanity before.
Yeah, I did that.
That was
as
many
well.
years
Yeah,
ago.
many. I know when it was. I did as well.
Yeah, running is not jumping. Well, sometimes,
One leg.
yeah, which is exactly why you start small.
Okay.
Running is not for everyone,
Yeah.
but if it's something you want to do, you start small. Sometimes the mistake we make is we want to do too
Too
much
much, too soon.
too soon. So start small. Just go for walks. I mean, if you've not been able to walk,
No, I can walk.
or you've not been able to walk that, and you want to
To
all of a sudden to run,
yeah,
then
yeah,
that's
that's
a
an
bad
issue.
start.
Okay.
So just start running gradually. It may even be 10 steps you walk, 10, then
Okay.
just do that.
Okay.
And don't think about speed, just start
it's just
slow.
consistent.
Start slow. That's one thing I would suggest. The other thing is get an accountability partner. That
Yes.
works. That works like magic. I don't have an accountability partner because I tend to run most of my runs alone, but I do have a friend sometimes I run with. So just get an accountability partner. Yeah, I've got groups of friends I run with periodically. Get someone who obviously wants to do the same thing. It could be a family member, it could be a friend. Trust me, if you look, you can always find somebody.
Yes.
So get an accountability partner, and then when that habit now becomes part of you, you can then decide to. But there are running clubs all over.
Yes.
If you look around, there are running clubs. Saturdays they're park runs,
Yes,
so you can
yes,
always go. They're
yeah.
always when there's a will,
Places.
there's a way.
Yes,
So
exactly.
They're always around business.
Oh, thank you very much. So, finally, I was going to ask you about what do you think are some of the skills that have helped you, or habits that have helped you to stay consistent over the last 6 years and have kept you going. So those habits.
Yeah, those habits.
Yeah.
Well, definitely is, my end goal is to be healthy.
Okay.
To be honest, I want to be healthy, and I mean healthy. I don't want to really be healthy. I don't want to rely. I mean, I don't want to rely. I don't want to have the diseases that as you grow older, come to age. So my end goal is to be healthy, and I'll try everything in my possible that I can do to make sure that I stay healthy. So obviously, exercising, diet, and nutrition, 2 main points. So I'm working on those constantly. So for exercising, running does it for me. So running and walking. So that's one of the main reasons. I want to, you see people in their 90s and they're still active and still doing stuff. So that's my goal. I don't want to depend on the state for anything. I want to be in my 90s and be really sharp. Still be coordinated. So that's my goal. So that motivates me. So. And I hope that, by God's grace, that stays the same. So obviously, nutrition obviously plays a big part. I'm not saying that I eat the best way, but I try and keep an eye on what I eat, because a lot of processed food, there's a sugar, salt. So I'm watchful. Yes. I'm just trying to be consistent with that. So that keeps me going. The fact that I want to be the best version of myself.
Oh, yeah, I like that. Oh, thank you very much. Do you have any final words? To inspire or maybe encourage people?
The only thing I would say is, if I can do it, anyone can. And I'm not saying you have to aim for a marathon, but you can be active and you can do something about your nutrition. And if you don't do it, nobody else will do it for you. And that's the truth. Yes. The state, the state is all about treating, the after effect of illnesses and so on. Yeah. We have to take responsibility.
Try and prevent it. These are preventative measures to run, do exercise, whatever it is you like doing. Yeah, I go to the gym as well, and I try to keep fit as much as I can. Yeah. Probably not as fit, not even probably. Obviously not as fit as Titi. I haven't run a marathon. I don't know if I've been inspired, but I don't know. It's just the day to day, and of course my knees.
They say everybody's got. You can do a marathon walk, by the way.
Okay.
There's a marathon walk which is in September. I mean, it's not easy, but you can do a marathon walk, half marathon. Maybe. But the point is, in this day and age, we don't have any excuse not to exercise. Indoors, there's YouTube, or millions. Yes. There are millions of videos. So if it's dancing you like, if you don't, not everybody. The gym is not for everybody. Yes. And running is not for everybody. Walking is not for everybody. But you may be that you like to dance. You may be that you like, you like to do strength training. Whatever you like, go on YouTube, find something you like, and just follow through. And all you need is 30 minutes, three times a week. Just pick 3 days, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, stick with it, and that's it. Before you know it, it becomes part and parcel of you. And it will make you feel good. Initially, yes, of course, it's not going to be easy, but it will make you feel good. And that's what I would encourage everyone.
Thank you very much, Titi, for coming. I'm sure you've inspired quite a lot of us. So please, come on, let's make this a conversation. What do you think about what she's done? Have you been inspired? What do you do for exercise? What motivates you, actually, to develop these habits, to keep fit and eat well? Because I'm hoping that a lot of us do want to be like Titi and myself when we're in our 90s, still walking up and down and not being put in a home somewhere. Anyway,
God forbid.
I know. So thank you, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.